YouTube, what's going on, and welcome to a FIFA 16 ratings review video. This is going to be a video where I review some ratings for the FIFA 16 game, which was confirmed by EA Sports and also some streamers like Spencer FC, FIFA Rally Kazooie, and others. So we start off with my thoughts on some Tottenham players because Tottenham is the club that I support. And I'm starting off with Hugo Lloris going down and Michel Vorm going up. And that's just something that I really disagree with. Michel Vorm had a very disappointing season for Tottenham this year, conceding many cheap goals. I think he should be a 77 overall. And I think Lloris, he didn't have the greatest of seasons, so I thought an 85 rating for him, keeping that would be fair as well. I also am very shocked that Harry Kane has a lower rating than Emmanuel Adebayor. I really don't understand how a guy like Harry Kane, who I believe came in third for the most goals in the Barclays Premier League, can be behind a guy like Emmanuel Adebayor, who I don't even believe has a shirt number for Tottenham. I think that's a pretty ridiculous rating as well. But I'm also going to talk about some other players, like Simon Mignolet. I think his car is criminally underrated. He had, I believe, the most or second most clean sheets in the Barclays Premier League last year for Liverpool, and he goes down 4 ratings to 78 overall. I think that's a very harsh rating for the Belgian goalkeeper. And now coming in next is going to be Olivier Giroud. I think he's a little bit overrated. I don't think the difference between him and other Premier League strikers like Harry Kane is that big, so I think an 82 rated card is just a little bit too high for the French striker. I'm also very happy with some of the right-back upgrades, including guys like Nathaniel Klein getting an 81 rated card. Also, Matteo Darmian, the Manchester United right-back, he got an 81 rated card, as he has been fantastic early in the season for United. Guys like Toby Alderweireld, I'm surprised are behind his Belgian teammate and Spurs teammate Jan Vertonghen. Alderweireld has been much better so far this season, so I think if we flip-flop the rating, Alderweireld getting an 82 rated and Vertonghen getting an 81 rated would be a little bit more fair. The next players that I'm going to be talking about are in the La Liga, and starting off with Jimenez, he's going up to a 78 rated card, but I still think that's a little bit underrated for him, as he was absolutely fantastic last year, and I think it's just an underrated card. Coming in next is going to be another Atletico Madrid player, and it's Jackson Martinez. I think he's a little bit overrated by EA right now, especially considering that his teammate, Antoine Griezmann, is 1 rating lower. I think they should flip-flop those ratings as well. Coming in next is going to be Roberto Soldado. He goes down only 2 ratings to 79 overall, so Soldado and Adebayor are both higher rated than Kane. Great job, EA, on that one right now. So the next player we are going to, the next league is actually going to be Serie A. I really like the right-back upgrades. Lichtsteiner was a fantastic right-back last year, one of the best in the world, and his upgrade to an 82 rated card should be fantastic for Serie A teams. I'm also very surprised that Morata is 2 ratings higher than Icardi. I'm not doubting Morata at all. I think he should be 81 or 82 rated, but Icardi should definitely be 81 rated. The next person I'm going to talk about is Allen. He was a silver card last year, but has gone up all the way to an 81 rated card. I think that might be a little bit too big of an upgrade, as he is just a little bit higher rated than his former teammate, who has recently made a move to Leicester City, Joachim Inler. I think he was a little bit overrated, as many Napoli fans are saying that he had a very disappointing season last year. Coming in next is going to be Mohamed Salah. He had a very good season at Fiorentina, and Fiorentina wanted to keep him, but they couldn't. So he's going to Roma for the season, I believe, on a loan, and he has an 80 rated card, and I think that still is a little bit underrated. The next players that I'm going to be talking about are 2 strikers from the Serie A, and that's going to be Dybala. He has absolutely fantastic stats for a 78 rated card. 87 pace, 87 dribbling, and 80 shooting. Look more like an 80 or 81 rated card, not 78. As I think he probably deserves a 79 rated card, but his stats just look like an 81 rated card. And also Luca Toni, he gets a much deserved upgrade. After being one of the top scorers in the Serie A for the past couple seasons and still going down, he finally gets the upgrade that he deserves. Now I'm going to be going into the Bundesliga and talking about 3 center attacking midfielders that I believe are very underrated. Starting off is going to be Mario Götze. The Bayern and German superstar center attacking mid actually went down 1 rating, even though I believe he got a January upgrade to an 86, even though he started the year at an 85. He's now down to an 84, and the World Cup winning goal scorer, I believe, should stay at an 85 rated card. The next central attacking midfielder is actually a left mid, but it's going to be Julian Draxler. He made a big money move to Wolfsburg after Wolfsburg sold Kevin De Bruyne, and I think that an 80 rated card is way too low for Drexler, as he was sold for over 30 million, I believe. So I think that he should definitely be at least 81 rated. The next player is going to be Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and I think he's just a little bit underrated too. I think a 79 rated card would have been more appropriate for him. And the last person I'm going to talk about from the Bundesliga is going to be Douglas Costa. I think he's as good, if not better, than Franck Ribéry is right now after he's been very injury prone the past couple seasons. And with Ribéry being an 87 rated card and Costa an 81, it just doesn't make sense. I think an 82 rated card for Costa and Ribéry down to an 86 would further reflect how close the two players really are. Now I'm going to be talking about a couple center backs back in the Barclays Premier League that are a little bit overrated, starting with Lovren, the Liverpool center back. Gets a lot of hate by the Liverpool fans, and I believe it's kind of justified because he's had a very disappointing season for Liverpool in real life. The next player is going to be Younes Kaboul. He was very average for Tottenham after getting the captain's armband from coach Mauricio Pochettino, and I believe a downgrade would have been very necessary for him. The next couple players are going to be three players that are actually five players, maybe six, that are very underrated in the Barclays Premier League. Starting off with Andre Ayew, the Ghanaian international is only 79 rated after making a free transfer to Swansea City, and he has been absolutely unbelievable so far this year. I wanted Tottenham to go after him, but he went to Swansea up in Wales, as it's just been a fantastic move for him. The next person is also from Swansea, Gylfi Sigurdsson. He had a nice season for Swansea, and also, I believe, just led Iceland into the Euros, so good for Iceland and Gylfi Sigurdsson. The next player is going to be Yannick Bolasie. He's 76 rated, and I think that's very underrated, as he was a player who got into the Barclays Premier League Team of the Season, and I think he deserves at least a 78 rated overall. The next player is going to be Nabil Bentaleb. I think he really should be a 77 overall player, as he had a solid season for Spurs, but hasn't had the greatest of starts. But I still think that a 77 overall card would be a little bit more fair for Bentaleb. The next two players are two stars from Bournemouth, and the first one is going to be Callum Wilson. I thought he would be very good in the Premier League, but not this good. He scored a hat-trick in his last game, I believe, against West Ham. Not his last game, but about 2 weeks ago, as that was just stunning. And also Matt Ritchie, he was very dangerous against Liverpool and just looks like a very solid player. And the final player in this list is going to be Adamanda Traore. He has massive talent, but only a 71 rated card might be a little bit too low for the new Aston Villa player from, I believe, FC Barcelona. I think he should be a 72 or 73. Now I'm going to be discussing some ratings for some Serie A center backs, starting off with Kostas Manolos, the Greek international. He has 81 pace, 85 defending, and 82 physical, but only 19 shooting. So an 82 rated card as a center back, I think maybe it should only be an 81. But now as one player I believe was a little overrated, this guy is, I think, very underrated. Leonardo Bonucci. The Juventus and Italian international had a very fantastic season, him and Chiellini leading Juventus to not only, I believe, a fourth straight Serie A title, but a spot in the Champions League final, which they unfortunately lost to FC Barcelona. But I think Bonucci should be an 85 rated card, as he has been one of the world's best center backs the past couple years. The next guy is going to be Glick. He is a center back for Torino and Polish international. I think he should be an 83 rated card, as he had another fantastic season for Torino. The next player I think is a little overrated, and that is Nemanja Vidic. I think he's lost a step from his days at Manchester United, and I think an 83 rated card is just a little bit too high for him. Now I'm going to be talking about some wingers from the Serie A to wrap up this video. Starting off with Domenico Berardi. He gets a much-deserved upgrade from, I believe, a 74 rated silver. He's now going to be an 80 rated gold card, so good for him to get that big upgrade. Next player is going to be Felipe Anderson, who I think is a little underrated again this year, being lower rated than guys like Berardi and others I'm going to mention coming up soon. He has 92 pace, 75 shooting, 85 dribbling, 74 passing, but I think an 81 rated card would have been very fair, as he had a fantastic season leading Lazio to the final stage of the Champions League before the group stage. The last player is going to be Gervinho. I think he's a little bit overrated for Roma, as an 80 rated card just seems a little bit too high, as I feel like guys like Felipe Anderson and Berardi are miles better than him in real life. But that will wrap it up for this video discussing FIFA 16 player ratings. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more FIFA 16 content.